pushed and she, the noise was just like, ooh, she flew in my doggone panties. Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. You've been scrubbed. Yo, that is the thing I'm gonna be saying now, like, you've been scrubbed. Okay, so I have a little story time with y'all because, you know, I never did a story time video before. Never have I ever did it. And, you know, I want to bring something new to the channel. It's about how I gave birth in the car in Hawaii, okay? Mind blowing, right? Mind blowing. So I need to give you all like a sort of a backstory. I'm married, I have 5 children, I have a stepdaughter, and I have my 4 kids that I gave birth to, right? So this was the 3rd child. We moved to Hawaii. My husband was in the military. And y'all, if I'm looking all over the place, I'm sorry, I never did this before. Okay, so I'm a little nervous, okay? Bear with me. So the reason why I'm telling you all this story is because it's a lot of people at my age still giving birth. And even though I'm done and finished and can't have any more kids unless something like happen, like something happens and, you know, mysteriously I get pregnant because I have my tubes tied or whatever. Yeah. But I know, you know, people my age are having babies still. So I need to, you know, warn you guys about what can happen to you. Okay? So I usually give birth very fast. You know, I'm not a person that, you know, we're going to be in labor all day type of situation anyway, from the jump. So we're in Hawaii or whatever, living our fabulous life, right? So fab. Beaches every week, you know. I gotta brag a little bit. But it was very expensive in Hawaii, no lie. Okay, it's expensive. But it was beautiful, like, so me and my husband was like, ooh, let's go for a boy, right? We're like, yeah, let's go for a boy. Let's see if we can make a boy. So we was actively trying to have a baby. Like, I was trying to schedule when my period come on, like, well, not schedule when my period come on, but, you know, check when my period come on and like everything. So I needed to know, like, so I can be knowing when I'm ovulating and all that type of stuff. I found out I'm pregnant. Woohoo, I'm excited, whatever. But anyway, my parents come down, they stay with us. You know, I'm about 39 weeks pregnant. They stay with us. My dad left, my mom stays because she got to take care of the other kids, you know, in case I go into labor or whatever like that. So she stayed for longer than my dad stayed or whatever. So that day, me and my husband, like, got into a little, you know, we had a little attitude situation going on. I was kind of, had an attitude with him. I was pregnant. I had attitudes like this. If he didn't do something, I got an attitude. So I already was like irritated that day. But anyway, later on that night, you know, my husband, you know, he comes in the room. He was like, I'm sorry. Mind you, he's been working all freaking day. I'm sorry or whatever like that. You know how those men be doing. And, you know, we get into it, you know, if you know what I mean. You know, we had a good little time. And TMI, so I've been the ooch ouch girl the whole freaking pregnancy. Like, I was the ooch ouch girl. And if you don't know what the ooch ouch girl is, Google it. If it's on Google. Like, I was the ooch out girl. So, you know, that night, I was not the ooch ouch girl at all. Like, was not. Okay? So, as soon as we finish playing or coloring, as the girls would say, as soon as we finished coloring, I immediately got up and was like, oh my God, I'm feeling some pains in my stomach. Like, it felt like a period, like a period, a big ass, big doggone period, cramp that just came out of nowhere. Now, mind you, this was like wee hours of the morning. I'm going to say, well, not the morning. I'm going to say it was around about 11 or about 11 something. So it wasn't morning. It was like around 11. And here go my husband. He's so tired or whatnot because, you know, he put in work or whatnot. He put in work or whatnot. So he tired. He like, okay, well, you'll be all right. Just get back in the bed. You okay? Man, I'm like 39 weeks. You know, I'm like, well, I don't know. But, you know, I've seen where doctors be like, you know, take a shower. I've heard somebody says, take a shower and see if it goes away. So I get my butt in the shower. The contractions was coming like this. And I won't time them, but I was like, okay, they come in a little fast or whatever. He laid in the bed, sleep. I go wake him up saying, get up, get the freak up. Like I'm feeling like it was coming on so fast. It was mind blowing how fast I was contracting like that, like over and over, like back to back to back. Like, what the is wrong with me or whatever? So my mom is in the other room. She sleep or whatever. So my husband, he was like, all right, well, we gonna get on up. We gotta come on then. You know, you feeling like, I'm feeling it now. We need to go. So I go knock on the door, wake my mom up, say, hey, Mom, I'm contracting, like, for real. She was like, whoa, you contracting? I was like, Mom, me and Ty. I was like, Mom, me and Ty, we was having sex, and I don't know, all of a sudden now I'm cramping. She was like, where is you having sex? And you know you're pregnant. You know what? Now, how the older people think that, you know, you don't need to be getting it on no more. You don't need to get it on no more when you are pregnant. Like, they like, nope, sex is at a stop mode. You don't need to get in it no more for the whole 9 months. That's how my mom was thinking. Like, no, I'm young. Yeah, right. So she was like, why you was doing that for? As she's, you know, saying this, I'm like, Mom, I really need to go. Like, I really need to go now. Like, I barely could breathe at this point. So we go downstairs, get in the car. Here go my mama running out. You forgot your charger. I'm like, Mom, just give me the charger. I need to go. Like, I need to go now. Like, she was like, okay, go. You sure you don't need to call an ambulance? I'm like, Mom, I can't wait. I can't wait for no ambulance. I gotta go. Like, we're freaking in Hawaii. The hospital is 35 minutes away from on base. So we got to go. I ain't got time to be waiting on nobody. You know what I mean? Oh, as we're in the freaking car, well, we had an SUV at the time. We in SUV driving on the highway. When I say I really wanted to get in a car wreck. I wanted to die. I wanted the car to crash. Like, I wanted it to run into a pole so I can pass out. The pain was like no other, okay? I have never experienced natural birth ever, okay? I'm always, you know, this was the third baby. So the other two, I was drugged up heavily, okay? Heavily, all right? So this time go around, I was, you know, it was so much pain. I wanted to die. I really wanted to die. And ladies, if you haven't had a kid, I don't want to scare you, but yeah, I really wanted to die at that point. Okay. So we're, you know, my husband is pushing it. He's stepping on the gas, you know, because I'm like cussing him out at this point. Like, you need to move it or we need to crash or something. He's like, breathe. I'm like, but I feel like, I feel like it's coming out. Like, I feel a lot of pressure down there. So as we get closer to the hospital, now, man, the hospital is on top of this freaking hill. On a hill, right? We're at the bottom of the hill at a red light or something like that. And I go and tell my husband, Ty, I think it's coming out. Like I couldn't control my body at this point. I couldn't control it. Literally, I felt like I needed to push. Like, he was like, don't push. Now, how you gonna tell me not to push and this baby want to push? Now, you know what? I done caught an attitude. Like, okay. I done caught an attitude already. Like, how you gonna tell me not to push? Okay, I need to push. So, I couldn't control it. Like, I had on these shorts. These blue jean shorts. I'll never forget this. And they had like a little waistband on it. So I pushed one good time, a strong good push, right? Oh my God. And I was like, oh my God, I couldn't help my body or whatever. So we at the light. He was like, don't push. I'm like, no, I have to push. I'm sorry, I'm not being dramatic. Like, no lie, no cap. This is serious business, okay? So I go and lift up from it, because you know how you hold a little hand thing bar. I lifted that up and I pulled on it and I pulled my shorts down and my panties down. And oh God, I'm laughing now, but God knows. I pulled my panties down and I pushed one strong push that my body did it. I barely did anything. My body literally just took over. I was possessed at this point. Pushed and the noise was just like, whoo, she flew in my doggone panties. It was like a sling for her. And I'm thinking she's dead at this point. Cause I'm like, you know, my husband is like, if he was asleep, that woke him the hell up. Like, he was up after that, okay? Homeboy was up. He was like, oh my God, you just had the baby. I was like, oh my God, I think she's dead. Like, I thought she was dead. So I reached down, grabbed her, pulled her up to me like this. I pulled her up. And I couldn't look at her. Like, I couldn't look at her or whatever like that. I couldn't. I was like, oh my God, I think she's dead. I really think she's dead. Like, oh my God. He was like, oh my God. He's freaking out in the back. Like, you know how men is. He don't know what to do at this point. He steps on it. Like, he pushes the gas and go. He drove up that freaking hill so fast. And I'm just holding her. She's so hot. Like, I didn't know babies be so hot in the womb. Like, she was so freaking hot. He takes his shirt off, give me the shirt, throws it to me, like, cover up, or whatever like that. So I looked at, what is that show? I didn't know I was pregnant or whatever. I looked at that like a while ago. That was a show on, I think, TLC or something. And I looked at that show and they said, you know, you need to stimulate the baby. So I was like, oh my God, let me just stimulate her, or whatever. As I'm stimulating her, I hear her go. I said, oh my God, she's alive. Like, I'm freaking out at this point, like crying, like, oh my God, she's alive. My husband, we finally get to the gate. Army guys everywhere. Here go my husband. My wife just had a baby. She just had a baby. They're like, go. Like, we at the hospital. We don't know where to go. The hospital is so big. It's pink. It's this pink hospital. Like a pink or like a, what is it? A salmon pink hospital. And we didn't go to no, you know, classes or none of that. Because, I mean, yeah, this is our third baby. We got it, right? We got it. We don't need no birthing class. So we ain't never go. We don't know where the delivery room is located. My doctor's office was on base. So we never had to go to the freaking hospital. So we get to the hospital. My husband, he goes to the first opening that he could find, or whatever entrance he can find. He jumps over the curve straight to the door. I thought he was going through the freaking hospital. And he runs out the car and he come back with some random dude at the front desk. And the front desk dude was like, hey, oh my God, do you need for me to drive? Because my husband, when I tell y'all, he was gone. He had lost it. It scared the freak out of him or whatever. Like, he was so scared. So the guy drives the car off or whatever. And we goes to the labor and delivery side of the freaking hospital. The doctors, everybody's flying out of there or whatever. Because I guess, you know, they done alerted them at the front desk that, you know, this lady had a baby in the car. They all come into the car. I'm holding the baby, looking at it like, oh my God, I can't believe she's alive, or whatever. Just the most like precious moment ever in life, to know that you gave birth and she's alive and you did it on your own. Like, oh God, okay, I could cry. Okay, full of, is my cycle about to come on? Like, I don't need to be crying, but oh God, okay, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. But as I was holding her, so, the doctors and the nurses, all of them come running out. Her umbilical cord, everything is still attached to me. And they rolled me and her out on the cart together into the hospital safely. And needless to say, she's been getting on my nerve ever since then. Oh my God, but yes. And her weight was, I think she was around 5 pounds. I think it was 8 ounces or whatever. So she was little, but oh my God. I had to tell you guys this story because, there's so many women that is pregnant and, about to be pregnant. And y'all, I'ma tell you, you gotta be careful when you want to have fun with your husband at 39 weeks pregnant. Even, be very, very careful. Okay, that's all I can say. Or whatever. So if you made it to the end of this freaking video, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, make sure your post notifications are turned on, okay? And if you love this type of content, I have plenty of more stories to tell you guys because, I'm old. I've had a wild life. So, yeah, subscribe to my channel and I will see you guys in the next one, okay?